Steve Rosenbloom, he was laughing. He's got in front of him a list. We like lists in sports radio.
Mm-hmm. Dan Wiederer of my Chicago Tribune, a trunk mate, listed the 10 worst Bears losses this decade.
That's not easy. Did I get many of them when I was rattling them off?
You did. Number 10 was last December 6, 49ers 26, Bears 20. That followed the Thanksgiving win in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9 on Dan Wiederer's list, Vikings 23, Bears 20 in overtime, December 1st under Mark Trustman. Robbie Gould's 47-yard field goal to win in overtime sailed wide right. Number 8, Jaguars 17, Bears 16 this October.
Ouch.
Yeah. See, it's not fooling around.
You got to have the Cutler 5 interception Thursday night game at San Francisco.
Was that this last decade?
Yeah.
Might have been more than 10 years.
No, he's been here 8 years.
That's right. Okay, well, let's see if it's here. September, number 7, Seahawks 26, Bears nothing. That was a Jimmy Clausen game.
That almost doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It's the Bears. December 11th, number 6, is December 11th, 2011. Broncos 13, Bears 10 in overtime.
Oh, no, that's the Marion Barber game.
That's the Tim Tebow
That's
game.
the game about which we are not allowed to speak.
That's the Voldemort game.
That's the game.
The game whose name must not be mentioned.
Why are we doing this? My stomach was bad enough before this. That's the game where all Marion Barber had to do was stay in bounds.
This is the game you forget about. Number 5, Chiefs 10, Bears 3.
No, I remember. That's the one that had a Hail Mary
Tyler Palko
at the half.
And that was the only touchdown in the game.
And if I remember correct, I remember writing about it after the game, and I did like a Cormac McCarthy post-apocalyptic tale of what that game had done to destroy the football world. It was that bad.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you in your time-space continuum.
I don't even think it's been optioned yet. It's not a movie, Tannehill.
That's The Road is what you're talking about.
Yes. The Road.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It is?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay. I haven't seen
Viggo Mortensen. See it.
I like Viggo Mortensen. I like him in A History of Violence because what he's doing in one of those first scenes, like, that's good.
Number 4,
that's a movie reference.
There we go.
That's a thing. That scene. That's okay. Go get it.
Number 4 was last Sunday. Bucks 36, Bears 10.
That's already number 4.
Shot up to number 4 with a bullet.
Wow.
Number 3, December 22nd, 2013, on Dan Wiederer's list, Eagles 54, Bears 11.
Right. They couldn't quite figure out what the Eagles were doing when they were just, he's over there. He just scored again.
And number 2, the Trustman tribute, October 26, 2014, Patriots 51, Bears 23.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, after a bye week, Packers 55, Bears 14.
That was the juxtaposed with that Patriots game. Oh boy!
So we are leaving out
the loss to the Rams. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Tavon Austin, third play of the game, 65 yards. Right. Oh wow, he can run.
Right, and I want to say at least one edition's Tribune Sports headline was Saint Kablooey. And I remember laughing out loud, just loving that headline.
Wait, the Randall Cobb touchdown pass, the bomb that kept them out of the playoffs, wasn't on that list?
It was not.
That was a terrible game.
It was. Well, there's a lot. I mean, the Giants game where Jay
got sacked 10 times in the first half, right?
Oh yeah, he got concussed. But that Cobb game though, because that shows Joe Buck's true hatred for Chicago.
Oh, here we go again.
Like it's his fantasy team or something. I mean, seriously. Get a grip, hair plugs.
You know, there could be 2 San Francisco 49ers games on this Bears list. The 10-6 game, which is just awful. But there was also the one, a texter, 630 texter, reminds the Jason Campbell, Colin Kaepernick game. And Aldon Smith had like 85 sacks.
Right.
And it was 32 to something, I think. So that could have been on the list too. We're going to need a bigger list. Movie reference.
There's too many. There's too many bad Bears games, and it's got to stop. At some point,
Okay.
at some point,
Hashtag analysis.
you can't keep adding to the list of horrible games. Like, well, wait a second, we just had one last week, and then you got 2 from this year already.
What do you think is going to happen in the Meadowlands?
I don't know. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't. Mostly because I'm not sure what Eli Manning's going to do. He's got the capability to go Cutler on you, but that defense they got some people who can hurt you.
Reminds you of the last time they were in the Meadowlands against the Giants. It's another game that could be on that list.
It was.
That
right?
was
Was
the
it?
Cutler 10-sack game? No, that wasn't on the list.
The one where they knocked him out in the first half.
Yes, that was not.
They're dribbling
Yeah, that
his
was-
head
that was-
like
yeah,
a
that was-
basketball.
The Mike Martz game.
That was not on
We're
the
just
list.
going to keep calling 7-7. It was not on the list.
Yeah, but you know what
It's
game was on the
Dan
list,
Wiederer.
though?
No, which
Oh, no, you know what game wasn't on the list? It was the one where Randall Cobb beats Chris Conti for
Was
the
it?
touchdown when Joe Buck was very enthusiastic about his team winning. Because he hates Chicago.
Torture.
So do you think it pained him to call the Cubs World Series
Hated
champions?
it. Hated every second of it.
He said it was his dream to call a Cubs
He was
World
pulling hair
Series
plugs out and
champion.
everything.
His own or those of others?
Somebody
Other people.
else's?
Yeah, oh no, he's addicted to his. Might as well face it, you're addicted to hair plugs. So he was pulling out other people's hair plugs because he loves his own so much and he hates Chicago with a passion. Hey, sports is life, Bernstein. Love it or leave it, baby.
Love or leave sports?
No, this room. Can't
not-
take it, then get out.
I'm not in that room.
You can't take the heat, buddy? Get out.
Hashtag beat it.
Yeah. That's right.
Tough room.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Boers and Bernstein show.
Both of you beat it.
Big Cat Williams after the
We'll
top
help
of
you
the
pack.
hour on the score. We were talking about bad Bears games because you had the Dan Wiederer list of the 10 worst games in the last
It's now
decade.
expanded to 25.
Yeah, and we took a lot of nominations for perfectly reasonable additions to that list. And this is from Stonecutter. Specific bad Bears games are my bat signal. I'd like to submit the following. Thursday, December 4th, 2014, Dallas 41, Bears 28. The Bears only lost by 13 points, but this was a 35-7 game at the start of the third quarter. Jay Feely had 3 failed onside kick attempts. The Bears rushed for 35 yards on 15 attempts. This was the game that fully pushed the McCaskies' hand on firing Dr. Death. Sunday, December 9th, 2012. Vikings 21, Bears 14. The Bears were 8-4. They had just lost to the Seahawks in overtime in the game that led to Shep singing Russell Wilson looks like an all-pro. The Bears only lost by 7, but they needed a touchdown with less than 90 seconds left to cut the deficit to 7. While this seems rather mundane, what will always imprint this game on my brain is that after the game, Lovie Smith came out and said he considered it a positive that the Bears were in a position where a successful onside kick would give them a chance to tie the game, as though being down by 14 with less than 2 minutes to play was something for which to strive. And then he adds one that you mentioned. That is Sunday, October 24th, 2010. Washington 17, Bears 14. This is the infamous D'Angelo Hall game, where Hall picked off Jay Cutler 4 times in the second half, including one that was returned 92 yards for the game-winning or losing touchdown. But the sequence I most remember was Cutler hitting Earl Bennett on a bomb early in the second half. Bennett clearly scored, but he was ruled down at the 1. The Bears challenged and still lost. Then, on 1st and goal from the 1, Cutler fumbled.
I don't remember that at all.
The Bears' second half drives produced the following: fumble, interception, interception, fumble, interception, punt, interception.
Stonecutter, that's excellent. That is excellent.
Yeah,
that is vintage Jay Cutler.
that is, you know what? We just kind of live with it.
See, I'm telling you that we're going to need a bigger boat for that.